My name is Vera Hampton. I'm the Associate Director for Outreach and Diversity here at UC Berkeley in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. And we want to welcome you to our webinar today around your home at Berkeley. So what housing options are available to you, what living on campus looks like. We know a lot of you may not have applied yet and are kind of deciding, hey, what does housing look like for me, and is this an option for me when I do come to UC Berkeley? So we wanted to provide that information tonight. So we will go to the next slide just to give you some housekeeping components here. So one, thank you for joining us. If you need closed captioning, you can click on the CC icon below on the toolbar. This webinar is being recorded, so don't worry about, trying to write down everything. We will send you this recording. This recording will also be accessible online on our events page website. In the coming weeks, I'd look for it. So you'll have that accessibility in a couple of ways. And then you can also look at other recordings that will be posted there in the next few weeks as well. Also, some of you have already used that Q&A box. Thank you. Feel free to add any questions today in that Q&A box, and we will get to those. Questions will be answered at the end of the webinar. And then if there's any questions we don't get to, those can be responded to via email at a later time. So just wanted to highlight a few of those things. And then there's some information for you on how to connect with us and to get your admissions journey started here at Berkeley. So now I want to turn it over to our amazing presenters tonight. We have Jillian Mosley and Lanessa Lovegreen, who will introduce themselves, but I will turn it over to them to share their screen. And thank you, everyone, and we hope you enjoyed today's presentation.
We'll have Lanessa go first.
Hi, everybody. My name's Lanessa. I work at the UC Berkeley Housing Assignments Office, and my focus is transfer students. So if you're a transfer student, especially tonight, welcome, and we're happy to have you here and tell you a bit more about housing here at UC Berkeley.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lanessa. And hello, everyone. My name is Jillian Mosley. My pronouns are she, they, and I am the theme programs and athletics housing coordinator for undergraduate students. And we'll be learning about theme programs as well. So you'll get a chance to hear about that. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen. And we shall begin. One moment. Is that showing correctly?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. And I'm going to turn off my camera. Oh, I'm so sorry. One moment. Now my transcript disappeared. I'm so sorry. I had everything so set up. There we go. Okay. This is part of how living and learning, you adapt when things come your way. So hello, folks. Hello, everyone. Welcome to UC Berkeley Housing's presentation of our different on-campus living options. Throughout this presentation, we encourage you to utilize the chat function to ask questions, as we do have folks working behind the scenes to answer everything that you might need. We also will be hosting a Q&A session at the end of the presentation if time permits. We'll answer your questions along the way if you put them in chat, but if it's something that we feel it needs to be, needs a little more detail, we'll answer those at the end. So let's just dive right into the benefits of living on campus. For academic resources, each residence hall has an academic support center that is exclusive to the students living in that location. The centers provide computer workstations, printing stations, as well as tutoring and exam review sessions. The Academic Center also offers free student IT services. We also have a variety of different resident study spaces within the halls with flexible operation hours. In addition, we have live-in residential faculty members who host academic programming and engage in student mentoring. In addition to academic resources, we also provide students the opportunity to connect with their peers. Our live-in professional staff members and live-in student staff host various community programs and activities for our residents to get connected with each other and find helpful resources. We recognize that the transition to university life can be difficult, and so we hope the intentional programming will help students adjust. Additionally, we have various opportunities for students to get involved and engage in leadership activities within the halls. Theme programs, my favorite. Theme programs are a great way for students to get involved in the halls. Theme programs are special living and learning communities that allow students to enjoy the opportunities of a large university while benefiting from being part of a smaller and close-knit residential community of students who share a common thematic and academic interest. Theme programs are co-sponsored by Residential Life, the Centers for Educational Justice and Community Engagement, or CLSD, and various academic departments. We host 8 theme programs. We have the African American Theme Program, or AATP, the Bloom Asian American Community Program, the South Asian, Southwest Asian, North African Living Community, which is also called SWANA. There's Casa Magdalena Mora, or the CASA theme program for Latinx and Hispanic identified students. We have the Global Environment Theme House, or GETH. We have the Native American Theme Program, which is one of our newest, or NATP. We also have the Unity House, which is for students who are LGBTQ identified and their allies. And then, of course, we have WISE, which is Empowering Women in STEAM. So we have this student here, Elise, who is a former UC Berkeley student who was part of the African American Theme Program. And when she was asked why theme programs, she responded, "You will make lifelong friends. You will have a sense of community and feel at home all year long. You will always be reminded of how important your voice and presence is." And then, of course, here we have Gabriella, who was part of GETH, the Global Environment Theme Program. And when she responded to that question, she said, "I have met an amazing group of people who I consider some of my closest friends. I've been inspired every week to do the most I can to change the world." Now, all students, regardless of whether you're in a theme program or not, will have access to various study lounges and academic centers, the short walking commute to classes, libraries, and countless student events. On-campus housing provides additional value compared to many off-campus options. Our contracts are for the academic year. There are no credit checks and no co-signing is required. There are no security deposits. There are no extra expenses if a roommate leaves, and the application for housing is very simple. In addition to value and convenience, we know that health and safety is important to our students and their families. So we wanted to take the time to highlight our health and safety resources. There are 3 tiers of secured entry for all residence halls, 24 hours per day. Plus safety ambassadors are stationed at the entrance of the residence halls. We have the blue light emergency phones, which are located around all of our properties. And there's also a Bear Walk program that's available to accompany you to your car, to public transportation, or to your residence hall. And if you're coming to Cal, you just put 510-642-WALK into your phone. You keep it handy. We also have UCPD officers who patrol the areas around the residence halls. And then, of course, we have resident assistants on call to perform building safety walks every evening. And there's also, there are on-site health workers, a health workers program, which is supported by the Tang Medical Center. So now that we've taken the time to talk a little bit about the benefits and the health and safety of our housing, It's time to talk about our different room types. Standard rooms. Standard rooms are bedrooms that have community hallways, bathrooms, and study spaces. They're what we kind of think of as like that college movie of what a dorm is. But these are the room types that you would generally associate with university dorms. The room is generally shared between 2 to 4 students total. So you would have 1 roommate or up to 3 roommates. A limited number of single rooms are available for students with ADA accommodations. In terms of room occupancy, here on the slide, you can see what single, double, and triple occupancy rooms look like. We also have quad rooms available, but it's not pictured there. Our on-campus housing locations offer multiple room occupancy. Our most common occupancy type will be our triple rooms. As a reminder, and I'll say it again, and you'll hear this again, single occupancy rooms are generally reserved for students with approved ADA accommodations. Our mini suites consist of 2 bedrooms that share a semi-private bathroom, and within the hall itself, there's a study lounge that's shared with folks on the floor. On this slide, you can see an example of what a mini suite typically looks like, consisting of 1 double and the other is a 1 triple room. We also have suite-style living arrangements, which are bigger than our mini suites. Suite-style rooms consist of multiple bedrooms, a semi-private bathroom, and a living area. Each bedroom can accommodate between 2 to 4 students, and suites can range from 2 bedrooms to 11 bedrooms in 1 suite. You can kind of think of it as a mini dorm inside the dorm. Our suites are the bridge between our traditional residence hall rooms and our apartments. The suites do not have a kitchen, but they do come with a meal plan as part of the contract. And it's also good to point out that all the room types that I've mentioned thus far are available to first years, transfers, and continuing students. So it doesn't matter what your status is as a student, you can live in any of the room types that we've shared so far. In terms of floor environment, the majority of our floors are all gender, including the restrooms. Students are able to provide their preferences about the type of living environment they would like, whether that's single gender or all gender, on their housing application. We understand that for some students, cultural or religious values often prohibit them from sharing an all gender bathroom. We also recognize that for other students who are transgender or non-binary, having an all-gender bathroom is vital for their sense of safety. Students who need a particular bathroom configuration for cultural, religious, or gender identity-based reasons may submit an identity-based accommodation request on their housing application. So now we will transition to talking about our various residence hall locations. And residence halls are available to first-year students, transfer students, and continuing students. Units 1, 2, and 3 consist of several high-rise complexes with communal bathrooms that share academic and meeting spaces and mail services, including Amazon boxes. They are generally more social and active due to their proximity to shops and restaurants, and they are very popular locations for our first-year students. Blackwell Hall is one of our newer residence hall. It is one large, secure housing complex with an interior courtyard. Priority is given to first years and to continuing students. It is also 1 block away from the main campus, as well as the recreational sports facility. In addition to our units and Blackwell, we have the Clark Kerr campus, which is located on the southeast side of campus with amazing courtyards and green spaces. It is gorgeous and lush and surrounded by nature. Clark Kerr is generally more quiet, so for students looking for a more quiet environment or a softer transition to the urban area, Clark Kerr may be a good choice. Foothill is located on the northeast side of campus and conveniently close to STEM classrooms. All Foothill rooms are suite style with a shared living area and bathrooms in each suite. Similar to Clark Kerr, Foothill is generally more quiet. So for students looking for that quiet environment or for that softer transition to the urban area, Foothill may also be a good choice. And located next to Foothill, Stern Hall is unique. It is our only hall that only houses women identified students and is home to the Cal esports venue. Stern's second floor hosts the WISE Empowering Women in STEAM theme program, which serves students majoring in the sciences who identify as women in body, spirit, and identity, past, present, future, and fluid. Now we will transition to our apartment options. Please note that apartments are reserved for continuing students and new transfer students. All of our apartments are located on the south side of campus and provide students with a more independent living situation. The picture that is shown here is of an apartment inside panoramic Berkeley. Our apartments are located near the busy urban center, and they provide students an opportunity to develop independent living skills and still be connected to campus resources. Each of our apartment locations provide a unique style and various layouts. In this apartment layout, you will see that the apartment consists of 2 double rooms, a shared bathroom, a kitchen, and living room. And this very exciting space you see here is the Helen Diller Anchor House Apartments, which are our first housing option on campus that is dedicated solely to undergrad transfer students, which just opened this fall. It's located on the west side of campus at University Avenue and Oxford Street, directly across the street from campus. Anchor House has 772 single occupancy bedrooms in 244 fully furnished apartments. We have studios, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom apartments available. Each apartment includes large openable windows, a full kitchen with appliances, which includes a dishwasher and a washer and dryer, central air conditioning, and secure card access based entry. It's a certified LEED Gold building, and Anchor House incorporates environmentally friendly design elements as well as amenities fostering health and wellness, including an indoor-outdoor fitness center, a yoga studio, meditation rooms, and multiple outdoor spaces. It's a hub of connection and belonging for transfer students, and Anchor House offers residents multiple community spaces and community resources, including rooftop gardens, central courtyards, a maker space, the Transfer Student Center Services satellite, that's a mouthful, and more. Affiliated properties are assigned by the university and are considered on-campus housing for financial aid. On-site management is overseen by public-private partners. Affiliated properties include Enclave, Panoramic Berkeley, and New Sequoia. These buildings are located close to Telegraph Avenue and provide double and single occupancy rooms in shared apartments. And finally, we'd like to share some information about our family housing options. University Village is located about 20 minutes north from the main campus in Albany. These units are for students with dependents or students who are married or in a domestic partnership. Now, to talk briefly about meal plans. A basic meal plan is included into the cost of all of our residence hall housing agreements. Berkeley Dining is ranked as one of the best dining programs in the country. Our chefs and dietitians take pride in what's on your plate. Berkeley Dining serves innovative menus highlighting California's diverse cultures and flavors. All of the ingredients are labeled and options are provided for most students with dietary restrictions. Students can also purchase a meal plan directly from Berkeley Dining if they live off campus or live in on-campus apartments. Next, we will go into the process to complete your housing application. You can apply for housing through the housing portal. There are several steps, including selecting room preferences and an option for matching with roommates. Be sure to include any room size, any location as your fifth preference to maximize your chances of receiving a housing offer. The deadline for first-year students and students in the fall program for first semester students, or FPF, is May 2nd. The deadline for transfer students is June 2nd. We receive many questions about a student's likelihood of getting housing. All new incoming first-year students will receive a housing offer if they meet all deadlines and have flexible housing preferences, meaning they've marked that fifth option of any room size, any location. All new incoming transfer students will receive housing priority if they meet all deadlines and have flexible housing preferences, meaning they've marked off that any room size, any location preference. While the guarantee and priority does not extend beyond the first year, UC Berkeley has made great strides to increase the number of spaces we have available for continuing students. In terms of roommates, we give students the opportunity to complete a roommate profile as part of their application. We then utilize that information to match students with other students. Students are also welcome to create a roommate group with someone who they already know, and all roommates will need to accept being a part of that roommate group. While we make every effort to keep roommate groups together, there may be times when we need to split up a roommate group in order to ensure that we can send everyone a housing offer. For UC Berkeley Housing, providing safe, affirming, and inclusive housing is our priority. UC Berkeley works with students to accommodate and support disability, religious, cultural, or gender identity-based needs. You can visit our website or fill out the request form or forms in your housing application to receive more information. We know that for Berkeley students, finding affordable housing is a priority. We strongly encourage all of you to attend any financial aid presentations that are available to you. A general rule of thumb for housing on campus and off campus is the more space you share, the more money you will save. We have covered a lot of information so far, and we thank you for following along with us. As we near the end of this presentation, we'd like to address the question of touring our campus housing. We do not offer any in-person tours of rooms, but we invite you to take a virtual tour, as well as to watch some of the videos that we have to showcase our different housing options. All of those resources can be found at housing.berkeley.edu/tours, and we will drop that into the chat. We hope these resources can give you more insight on what the student experience is like living on campus. Okay, so there's a little repeat there. These are the very important resources related to the housing webpage, theme programs. You should definitely check those out. The accommodation requests. And now, boom, we are going to transition to our Q&A session. If you are departing right now, we thank you for your time and interest in on-campus housing, and we hope that you have a fantastic evening, and we look forward to seeing you at some of our other events, or, as a first year next year. So go Bears!